What's good, everybody? It's your boy Brees, and you're now tuned into the hottest upcoming platform called Entrepreneurs, Creatives, and Business People around the world. So today we have a special guest with us, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hey, my name is Diamond. Damn, I feel like I fucked up.
Nah,
What?
I ain't gonna lie, I did too. That's why I was like, yeah, that's
one more time.
I didn't get introduced.
No, that's all I got it. We'll keep it.
Right, how you gonna introduce me before him? But it's cool. My name is Diamond of DeeLuxureeClean Cleaning Service, and I'm from Harlem, 24. You know, that's it. That's all I have.
And then we can't forget the one and only.
One mic, Chocolate Cena, Bar Rockaway, Bar Rock America. If you don't know what's hot, we're making it hot in this spot. Let's get it.
Nah.
Wow, that was good. That was good.
That was unexpected.
That's how I know she don't get into our episode, right? So the episode Wavy's World, he was like, it's Mike from What's Cooking, and Wavy's like, that's really an intro, man. Why gotta be like, yo.
He said, that's it, Mike was cooking.
He's like, that's it, you don't got nothing else? And then he came up with that. And then he made him growl, he made me growl. So.
Yeah, he got the best growl.
Gotta throw the growl.
That's the growl?
Yeah, that's the growl, yeah.
That's the best growl.
That sounds like Perry the Platypus.
You know what?
That's good enough.
That's good enough.
That's good enough.
That's
A lot of
good
people
enough.
can't growl like I do.
That's good enough.
That's good enough.
Alright.
Yeah. So that was enough bloopers for y'all. So let's get right into things. Diamond, so you're somebody that, well, backstory is, actually I knew Diamond from way back in the network marketing days. You know, that's the Forex people. I might as well put out there. Some people go like, what do you mean by that? Yeah, I knew Diamond from that, and then after that, you know, just always been in contact with her, you know, always been into him, good friend of mine, whatnot. And she's always been somebody that's always been about entrepreneurship. It's always like a new idea that she's brainstorming and whatnot. And now she could tell you a little bit about what she got going on. And yeah, I can tell she's excited to tell you the story. So
I
get right
would like
to
to add, I just recently met Diamond like a couple of weeks ago, so yeah.
That's it. Yes, for sure. I haven't known Breeze for a minute, and we're cool. We're cool. You know, it don't matter the length of the relationship. It's the strength. I don't know if you feel me. There we go.
There you go. That's some strength.
That was some shit. But a little bit of backstory. So we're talking DeeLuxureeClean, right? A little bit of backstory. It wasn't something that I was passionate about. I mean, who's really passionate about cleaning for real? But it wasn't something I was passionate about. I actually was in college. I went to LaGuardia. And I noticed that when people talk about LaGuardia, they're not talking about the college. They are talking about the high school.
Or the airport.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm talking about in terms of like school. People are like, oh my gosh, let's go to LaGuardia. You should do this. And I'm like, yeah, they're not talking about the college
Well,
at
Nicki
all.
Minaj went there, right? That's where she went, I think. Yeah.
The high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably
Yeah. It had to be the high school because the college is. Anyway, so I was a broke college student. I needed to make money. I needed to find a way to make money, and I was 17 at the time. So not a lot of people were trying to hire 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard. And when I turned 18, I literally submitted every job application that I possibly applied to within the last month. So it's still a waiting game for that, and it just wasn't doing what it had to do. So I saw my sister posting on Instagram, and she kept posting herself in these different houses. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, so she put me onto this cleaning app. I won't mention it, but it's definitely a third-party app.
Okay.
And I started off with that third-party app, and I probably did it like off and on for maybe like 3 years, 4 years. And when it came to, actually I'm lying, I think for like 5 years. And then it kind of came to a point where it's like, okay, I know I'm a professional now. You know, I know I have the skill set now, and I should be getting paid more for the work that I'm actually doing. And that's when I decided to take it over and do my own thing and really just do freelancing. A lot of people were asking me to come clean their house like off that, stuff like that. So I was like, all right, cool. You have clientele, you have the expertise. Let's just take it to that next level. And after our endeavors, the past company, I was like, I want something for myself. I want something in my name. So I decided to take it a step further from freelancing to now business owners.
Yeah, I could definitely spot that because like there was a lot of people. There were a lot of people that were like really on that. Where it's like, you know, after that wave happened, everybody was like entrepreneur. You definitely one of them too. And it's like there's some people that I always thought of too. I was like, yeah, after this stint, I can't see this person like working a job. I know this person just started a business. You're definitely one of those people. Because I was like, there's some people that are really locked in. They're like, yo, especially the ladies, entrepreneur her. Like there was a lot of that going on. So
I love entrepreneur.
I definitely like as much flack as I used to give that business, and you know some of the people in there, I gotta give it a lot of credit because you know it definitely did help a lot of people grow in terms of you know just their work ethic, their mindset and stuff like that. And I've seen people that I knew personally before, you know, make that whole shift, and I've seen people that I didn't even know, but I could tell like you know that influence that the business gave to them brought a whole different light to them, even yourself, like you know. So it was definitely good to see you actually being that entrepreneur and getting to it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So I mean, this isn't like the first thing you done. So I mean, I guess in a way, like this doesn't really count. But I know you had the podcast too. You had your own podcast. So like, tell everybody just a little bit about what's going on with that.
Okay, so I wouldn't say it was my podcast. There were two other guys who actually thought of it with someone else. But that ended up turning out to just go a whole different direction than they interpreted. So one of them came to me and asked me if I'd like to be a part of the podcast, and I was like, maybe? Like, oh my God, right? Like, oh my goodness. So I'm like, all right, cool. And we did that for a while. We didn't film too far from where I lived in Harlem, so it was like easy. We did it like every Friday, and we probably filmed for maybe 2-3 hours at a time with like maybe 2 or 3 different guests. We tried to take an hour for like each person.
Okay.
But that was more so focused on, I want to say, how would I describe it? We focused on more topics that had to do with Black people. Like whether it was art, whether it was music, whether it was...
Well, that's the name too, right?
Huh?
The name of the podcast?
Yes, it was Club Noir. So it was really dope. It was dope. We had some great guests on it, and it didn't matter what you did. It didn't matter what field or if you even had a field. Just if you had opinion. Like, that's really what it was. And it was crazy because we used to be on Zoom all the time, all day. We already talked about the topic. We already discussed what we had to discuss with the guests that we had coming on. But we'd be on the Zoom with the guests for maybe like 3 hours.
Fun fact, I was actually supposed to be on this, so.
And what happened?
I was in line, and then you guys just stopped filming. What happened? You tell me what happened.
This sounds like an exclusive interview right now.
That is kind of exclusive because it's nothing that I've talked about since it happened, other than with the people that it happened with. Long story short, I started dating someone that we had as a guest, but like it was like months later, and it just intervened with a lot when it came to one of the other cast members. So
But special shout out to those guys too. I forgot to mention they're actually the masterminds behind this logo right here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't know. Yeah, they're so creative, so dope. They taught me words that.
Richard.
Yeah.
And there was a third guy. I forgot his name.
Huh?
I forgot his name. There was a third guy too. He's the one who really like drew it. James and Richard, they kind of like made the motion part to it. But the person who drew it, I forgot his name. I only met him once.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really met him. Yeah, but they were so dope. They taught me a word, which is reciprocity.
Ooh,
it just means reciprocate.
Yeah, that's.
I hate that word so bad. I hate that word so bad because I'm like, why not just say reciprocate? Like,
you know how people want to say words like just to show their like
their vernacular. They have put a TI on you one time.
Yeah, I feel like I do that sometimes. It's not on purpose. It just comes out that way.
But it's cool because it also shows you're still a student of the game, though. Like that pretty much shortens what I'm trying to actually say anyway. So it's cool. It's cool.
Yes. So you also like at the recent events that we've been at, and I'm sure like the audience followed along. They've seen the clips and the pictures and whatnot. So the Road Connections, right? So you said something that stood out to me at Road Connections where you were saying you you were very strategic in how you like to approach people based off of like how their network kind of works. And I think I overheard you say that here earlier too.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying how like, you know, the network has to like work with the other network.
Yeah.
Something like that. So before I say what I would say, like just touch up on that. Like, just expand, you know, for the audience.
Okay. So if you're talking about what I think you're talking about, from just reflecting on the earlier conversation, because maybe it'll make me think back to the networking event. But we were talking about friends, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned like having certain friends with certain connections and then having friends elsewhere and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was mentioning that it's beneficial for one, yourself to have connections, but also make friends with other people who have connections, because you just never know how that can turn out. So if I'm thinking that correctly, you're talking about when I was
when you were speaking with Curtis.
Yes, okay. I was looking for a word to use and I just shot it like this again. But I was talking about going to networking events and attending networking events no matter what field you're in, because you can hear the word networking and I'm pretty sure some people who know about like other third-party companies that we've been in before, they hear networking and they're thinking, oh, they about to get me. You know, they trying to tell me, they trying to recruit. Right. They told me to come here. That was funny. They told me to come here for one thing and it turned out being something else. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say the era of that is gone, because those people are definitely still out there. But if you look into a networking event,
you're really mixing, bro. You know that.
He's so mixy. But yeah, I was just mentioning going to different networking events, no matter what field you're in. Like for example, Curtis has his his real estate mixer, and I went there as a cleaner. I don't do real estate. I have like a thought for it, or Airbnb and stuff like that, but it's not something that I'm into right now. But me being a cleaner, the way I thought about it is
it can
exactly. These are people
example.
within real estate, which means they're dealing with homes. I also deal with homes. They're dealing with clients. I also deal with clients. So now when someone needs their house cleaned, and 9 times out of 10, they're gonna ask the realtor because they deal with other people. So I was like, all right, cool. That's where I step in.
Yeah, that's a great
Just
example.
going over there and taking over other people.
That's a great example of your concept, because it also relates to how you personally correlates to what you got going on in the cleaning business. I think it's pretty useful to that.
Yeah, because I like that person too, because I kind of follow that model myself, where it's like everywhere I go, even like with the music store, you guys know how like that worked out and everything. It's like even with those events, you know, I just came through with a camera, like just for the sake of having a camera. I didn't come through to be the photographer. I didn't come through. I mean, I did have an idea of vlogging, but I didn't think vlogging at the moment. I just knew I kind of wanted to take a couple of videos for myself, not even for everybody else. But sometimes with networking, it's not just about finding what's beneficial for you, but seeing how, you know, like you guys said, you know, it intertwines with each other, like in terms of interest and just the networks and whatnot. And also just making people happy, because sometimes that's how you build a relationship. So like, not to say you're, you know, quote unquote, excuse my French, kissing ass, but sometimes you gotta make somebody happy. So it's like, if you pull up with a camera and you just film everything, but you also say, you know, let me take a picture for you, or somebody asks you to take a picture for them, it makes them happy, right? It makes them relate to you. It makes them, you know,
like,
more.
oh, I look good.
Yeah, like now they want to be your friend and whatnot,
and
you know, now you got more Instagram followers to your business. Now you got potential clientele for future business endeavors. Now, me as somebody who just bought a camera a week before that event, now it's becoming somebody's cameraman, you know? So it's just crazy to think, like, I probably would have never expected, hey, I would have went here with a camera and now I'm such and such as cameraman. Not to say I'm not a cameraman yet, but you feel me? It's definitely getting there. It's definitely getting there.
And the beautiful thing about that is that when you do, and networking is one of those things where if you could perform an act of service without intentionally doing that, like, I just want to do this for you because you got this going on. But when you did that, you just for the sake of having a camera, that is the oldest form of networking one-on-one, like good networking one-on-one to me.
Yeah,
for example, you go to Times Square, how many times people approach you? Can I take a picture of you? Can I take a picture of you? Can I take a picture of you?
They want to charge you.
And they want to charge you, and that's fine. But the beautiful thing is when you look past the surface level of it, it's like they're building their brand up. let's say they run into the right person and they say, hey, I reposted your picture on my IG. They know whoever took that picture is going up, especially with a tag.
Yeah, I go like that's the next soundbite right there. Like, we gotta have to use that part right there.
Yeah, it's a light word.
But no, I was gonna say too. It also brings you a sense of happiness in the moment where it's like, want to take a picture of me? Like,
Yeah, you feel what?
Yeah. Because even if somebody asks you to take a picture of me, it's like, okay, you know they're gonna at least come back to you and like check you out.
Yeah.
You know, I know there's a lot of stingy people out there that just go be like, oh, let me get my picture. They never follow you nothing, but at least they still show you. They see the work you've done. They seen the work just like you did with them. So it's like, you know, they might hold you in
I got
mind.
an idea, thanks to y'all, actually.
Might still be like, let me call the camera.
No, because think about it, right? So when, because I love the fact that you said you work with, you wanted to intertwine with your network and everything. If you think about it, every event, like with people that go to clubs and stuff like that, there are always celebrity photographers there. And they always know about it through their community of networking. That's how they know. Like when I went to the I Spice video shoot, I saw photographers, I'm like, I know you, and they all know each other because they have that community of network, and they only accomplished it through literally similar interests and just similar like pathways and goals. And even people that weren't even there, like people that don't have the correlation to photography, like someone like a talent or whatever, they still brought them along the ride because hey, this is also an opportunity for you too. I could be a talent, but you could capture my talent on camera.
You don't see that in New York though.
Exactly. Oh wow. Yep. I got it.
Yeah, I like that.
I actually just got into modeling probably like.
It's amazing.
It was really less than a year ago. I started. It was something I felt like I wanted to do, but I had to grow out of insecurities, especially being on camera. And for my 24th birthday, I was like, okay, yeah, like this is something I want to do to really like, I guess, accept this coming of age. It's like it's coming of age, it's coming of maturity, it's coming of wisdom, it's coming of like just security within myself. So I had to show me that you can actually do it. So doing that, I've taken a decent amount of great pictures. I can say I've been feeling myself a little bit, but I've also been able to network with a few photographers as well. Some celebrities, some not celebrities, some people who are just like up and coming, and I'm like, damn, like your work needs to be out there, like for real. And that's like, I wish I could keep it to myself, but I want to share your gift with the world, like literally. But yeah, networking with photographers has probably been one of the best things that I've been able to do.
Key.
Right, like the feeling of being somebody's muse. Like,
Yeah.
But
Big key, hell yes. Videographers, cinematographers, like they're big key to. They're the reason why content creation is a thing.
No, literally.
They literally tie into that. You could have the creator all you want, but without the team, without the person who actually visualizes you, it means nothing. Yeah, this iPhone it could be you could do self-portrait like he and do it all the time, but once you want to level up in quality, you're gonna have to hire somebody or network off the restraint of a relationship. So
it's good to keep a camera.
I
learned that through what's it called? I learned that through my IML days because I remember they used to always highlight that too. It'd be like my cameraman is always with me. I thought, oh, y'all just want to be celebrities and rappers so bad. But then it's like, fast forward to now, it's like, it makes sense. Like, there's been events where
they capture the journey, the memories,
like you know, quiz. Like I always told quiz. I say, yo, one day we gotta make this work where it's like, even if I'm not like the main, like I ain't gonna lie, that last Real Connections probably would have been the best opportunity to do that. But I was just like, even if I'm not like the main character of that event. At least from my perspective, I want people to see it from my perspective where it's like it kind of looks that way. I have a cameraman coming in, doing like one of those, like you know, I used to those videos for like the what do you call those events, like the IM3s and stuff like that. Do something like that for me. I'm just like, wow. Like a year or two ago, I would have thought this was like some like a clout chasing move. Now it's like it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that's really.
I live my life like a real.
That's
amazing.
That's why it's called luxury.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again. You live your life like a real.
Like a real. I live my life like a real.
No, look at the camera.
Oh, I live my life like a real. Okay.
Wow.
No, yeah, like
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to get in detail?
Yeah.
Okay.
When the first
realm of reels started coming out and people are doing like the spend the day with me. Before we had vlogs, you know, we had YouTube and they were pretty much doing that. You watch them live their life for like 30 minutes and I'm like, I'm not watching them live their life for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But then when I started watching people's reels and it's like, oh, they doing this in 30 seconds now. I might watch it for 30 seconds. Like, what caught me was the aesthetic. You know, the homes, the style, the way they look, and I just love seeing black women just, I don't know, like you really just capture the essence because I feel like the world looks at us in such a different light than we actually are. Like they look at us as, either she's cocky or she's aggressive or she's this or she's that, but in this era, you got to see black women really live in that soft life. You got to see what their everyday looks like. You got to see them recreate their lifestyle for themselves and exhibit it to the world. So after watching that, I'm like, I want to be like this. Like, I want to live like this. And I started saving. My Instagram is literally categories of what my life is going to look like over the next 10 years.
Also,
like
vision boards.
Literally, it's vision boards. Literally all around me. Like that's all I do. So every day, every time I move, every time I'm filming for my business page, I get a creative thought. Oh, I saw this on Instagram. I could try this. Or I could try that. Or I'm just living my regular life.
I literally does that every day.
I could be brushing my teeth and I'm romanticizing brushing my teeth. Like, how does this look?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
So it's literally like that. Like I just.
You out of pocket to say.
I feel like did you do that while we were driving too? Like
I was.
What did you do?
I was on.
I forgot what it was, but he said something like, "I seen this on Instagram." He's like, "It gave me an idea. I gotta do this." I forgot what it was at the moment.
It's the aesthetics, right?
It's visual storytelling, man.
Right.
You can't be visual storytelling, man. Without saying too many words, you're still telling the story in videos and clips and everything.
But in this case, as a reel, it's literally of your life.
Of your life,
As a regular person.
30, 60, 90, pick one. You know what I'm saying?
As a regular person, I'm just sharing my life. Like, I don't really see value in actually doing that for me personally, like on an everyday basis. But to live like that, it's like I'm doing everything with aesthetic. I'm romanticizing my life. Like my life, you know.
Okay, I was gonna ask you this too. So, actually, you said, you know, in the beginning, you said cleaning wasn't necessarily a passion. So when did it really like dawn on you like this? Obviously, you said when you started. Yeah, we get that. But like, has the idea of it being like a passion, something you could do for like a longer time, has that like completely like came across your mind yet or no?
For sure. I want to say around the time I thought to actually make it a business. Sorry. That's when the thought really crossed my mind because I'm like, okay, it's more than just money to me. I don't look at any opportunity for just money. I actually like the feeling of when people came home and complimented my work. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. And then they started wanting to work with me off the app. And before I actually got off the app, I probably had 2 or 3 people that I was working with personally for like 2 years.
There we go.
So it was like, all right, cool. I have these people who want to be in my presence. They're feeding me now. I'm there for a certain amount of time. They're like, oh, you want to eat? And they're talking to me, and it's like, you just invited me to your family. They're giving me Christmas gifts. I'm like, whoa, like for me. So after a while, I'm like, all right, cool. This is now a profession. Like I'm actually comfortable in this space, and I've spent time working endless jobs. When I first started cleaning, I was probably working like 3 jobs. 2 jobs and trying to manage my first business I was ever in, you know? So the way I thought about it is I don't want to go back to that. Like, I don't want to do that again.
Right.
The ideal of hustling is not doing multiple things to me.
Okay.
It's creating...
You know why I like that? Remember that episode that we had? You remember that episode that we had? Like, he was like, it's not about doing multiple things, it's about having multiple things come from that. So, But you keep going.
I thought it was the hustle part. I was like,
going on.
Yeah, the way I describe hustling is monetizing my skills to fund my passions.
Oh, that's a good clip.
So I was able to monetize the fact that, all right, I've been cleaning for about 6 years now. I turned this into my business, and this is something that I know how to do like the back of my hand. I'm naturally, I go into people's spaces, and if it's not clean, I want to clean it, or I want to find a way to clean it. I want to find a way to organize it. So that was like embedded, like it made itself a passion. I never thought about it like, oh my gosh, I need to clean, like it wasn't like that, but it really just grew on me because I like the idea of making someone's home look better, making their life easier, because it's not something that they would naturally do.
You know the beautiful thing when you were saying, so this is the rewards of networking, right? You see how you said they were cooking for you and everything like that. One thing I've learned while, you know, you guys were in the other wave, I was having my own wave as well. And the beautiful thing about networking, I've learned it early at a young age, that with the right person, you not only meet the family, you get to see the joys of life in networking and everything. And I learned to appreciate that over and over, because when I was reselling, I kid you not, once I got $1,000 out of just from being myself, I was like, oh, yeah, we outside. Like, home cooked meals is cool. And I even gave, what I even did with the money is, I just poured it right back into them. I'm like, you poured it back to me, I'm going to pour it back into you, because you're going to pour it back to me more. And then we're going to have a competition of who's going to pour more. The whole time, it's not really a competition. It's just, that's just what genuine love attracts genuine love. So when it's abundant, and that's amazing. And then for you to have those contacts for 2-3 years, bro, that's amazing too. Like, that's the rewards of networking. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so I actually had a question too. Before we get to that question, it just hit me too. You modeled this brand right here. Shout out to Sean Montes.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Because we were talking about, she was like, oh, you got the Imperium pattern. I was like, wait, what? I was like, what you know about? I was like, oh, he's on the website.
Yeah. Shout out to Imperium Worldwide, man.
Yeah.
That's gang.
Yeah, but my question was gonna be, so like, you know all these like cameramen, photographers, same thing. But videographers, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yes.
So like, do you ever think to do like content creation with them, where it's like, especially being all these like, you know, luxurious houses and whatnot, houses.
Yeah, that would be great.
You ever think to have like just them film like, or just like take pictures like, you know, I guess like before and afters, or even just the work that you do in general. You ever think to like do something like that?
Okay, so I'll give y'all a bit of an exclusive.
Just all right. What's cooking?
Are we cooking this out or?
No, you can keep it. You can keep it. My whole thought, because everybody always asks me, okay, well, what do you want to do, or is it stopping here, or whatever the case, and it's like, no, I do not plan on cleaning people's houses forever. But the thing that I do want to do is I want to use my journey as an inspiration to fully fuel my idea. So I do want to create an app. And in the midst of creating an app, I'm taking all of the pros and the cons from each app, third-party app that I've worked with, and just making them all my pros. So one thing that I learned from one of the apps is they give tutorial videos on how to clean certain rooms. So that's going to be one of the things that I do, and eventually, yes, I will be using videographers and stuff like that. Before then, I did wanted to hire them, because I'm like, I was just really being lazy, and I didn't want to film me cleaning myself. But yeah, I'd rather do it this way so that everything is on a professional basis.
You think about building a team and making it like just any like cleaning business where it's like kind of like, I mean, you are the CEO, and it's like now you got people kind of working for you, or?
That's where the app comes in.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have people that help me along with the app, which I've already done research on and started doing things like that. Otherwise, for the people actually, I don't want to say working for me, but working with me, because they all help it become better.
Yeah.
For the people that will be working with me, I don't really want to know them. I don't really want to know them.
Listen, we just spoke about networking for like 10 minutes straight. You might want to know.
I can, but they're going to be, being that the app is going to be based in different places, I can't be everywhere.
Yeah, that is true.
So I'll know of the people that are working with me, but I won't fully know everybody. And the benefit of doing that is I've actually hired people. I probably had 7 cleaners in the past, and I fired all of them, to be very honest. One, I realized it was too early. Like, I actually had to get surgery last year, so I hired someone to work with me while I was out, plus I had to go to a wedding and all this other stuff, so I would have been not working for maybe like a month or 2. So instead of doing that, I'm like, okay, let me hire an assistant. But while I was taking medical leave, I kind of let the idea just flow a little farther than it should have for the beginning of my business, and I just started hiring people, and I'm like, let me take some of the work off my hands and do this and do that, and I did it too fast, and yeah, they weren't fully executing what I needed them to execute. So I know a lot of people say that, you know, like nobody's gonna do the job how you do it.
Yeah.
But in this case, for me to have been doing it for 6 years,
Yeah.
it's like, no, you're totally off. Like this is totally wrong. But I felt like that was an error that I needed to correct as well, as far as how I process people too.
There's one thing I've noticed in everything you've been talking about, like I'm gonna tie it together, but not an interview. What I'm saying is, you love quality, right? Cleaning is associated with quality. Networking is associated with quality. Photograph, photography, videography is associated with quality. You said it yourself when you started. Modeling associated with quality. You said it yourself, like you live your life like a real. You care about the aesthetic, quality. Quality connections, quality work ethic leads to quality outcomes. And you exemplify that to the highest degree. It's saying, it shows in your personal life and it shows in your profession. And I encourage, and I feel like because you're speaking about all this stuff, the more information and consumer information and we consume stuff about whether it's a visual or the audio, whatever, it starts to become our reality. It starts to become what we want out of life. So the fact that you say, like, this is what I want it to be, you save, you're literally giving the step-by-step playbook to how to live a better life. You know, it's just quality. You got to care about the quality to get the quality.
That's really all it is. That's literally what I say. Like that's literally how I live my life. Quality is everything. You can't have quantity without quality because
bingo.
You'll just have a
we just go with it.
I think about that when it comes to brands. Like I feel I look at everything as like a lesson within the journey, or not even a lesson. I guess I look for lessons within everything that I do. Like I look for every moment to teach me something.
Ooh, yeah.
Even if it wasn't even meant to teach me something. It's like, what can I take out of this? And I just feel like that makes me better, but not in the sense where it's like I'm better than others, but I'm better than who I was. I'm better than who I used to be. I'm better than who I was before this opportunity, before this moment, before this day, so on and so forth. So
if you can walk out a better person, then it's not for you, man.
Literally, 1% better every day. You learned that, right?
I'm crying, yo. Y'all really are trolling me, bro. I'm trying to not troll anybody on this platform.
So
the mic is okay.
I know.
You went like this. I'm like, yo, the mic's still gonna catch you.
So there's a moment that we need to cut out and redo. Okay, not just now, not like this right now.
All right, that's fine.
Okay, all right.
We could talk about the other stuff, right?
All right.
All right. So if you had any advice that you wanted to give to somebody that was starting up, or specifically a cleaning business, but just any business at all, like what would you give them? All right, so let's switch it up, right?
Okay, all right.
If there was something that you wish you knew before that you could suggest to the next person, what would you have suggested?
When it comes to the cleaning business, it's not like every other business, so you cannot treat it like every other business. That's what I was saying. Starting off as a freelancer, it's like, all right, cool, this is cool. I can make this into a business. It's not that hard. But when you learn everything that comes with a business, that is when it will become hard. Because what you thought it was easy, it has all these many steps in between it that teaches you that this is not easy. And there's a lot of things that you actually won't need in the beginning that you're pressured to do because you're listening to other entrepreneurs and other businesses. And it's like that's not what it is for you. Like it's not the same thing, it's totally different. So if you're gonna go into the cleaning business realm, you really need to be only speaking to people in the cleaning business realm until it's time for you to take those next steps.
Yeah.
I agree. So
I have one question. All right. What is harder to be? Staying creative or staying inspired? And why? This is a perfect question for you. Good question.
No, he's going for his.
It would probably be staying inspired. For me personally, because I feel like I've been creative my entire life in everything that I do, so it just takes on a persona of its own. But when it comes to being inspired, cleaning is a full body workout. I just want you to know. No, I do not go to the gym. I just work every day. Like, I just work every day, and it tones my body for me. Like, honestly. So that's that. Filming, trying to record. The best thing I like about homes is the aesthetic. So taking pictures is a plus for me, but trying to record the process is like, I think I went for like 2-3 months without recording, without filming anything, and I'm just going to work because from being a freelancer to now owning the business, all I knew was going to work. I wasn't trying to record it, anything. I was just getting before and after pictures. So now having the creativity behind that, now that we're in the content era, you know. So I would say those are probably it's just being inspired, the will to put in to show your passion, you know.
I'm just saying, I always thought it was inspired, but you know, everybody has their own answer. Just like, just saying.
Alright, well, we're gonna find out from we have a big lineup going today, so we're gonna find out the answer from everybody to satisfy Mike. But if anybody wanted to book you, how could they find you? You know, just tell everybody where they could find you in general. The fellas who try to pull up on a nice, beautiful woman right here, how they could find you at? Let them know.
They can. I'm not gonna respond. But you can find me on everything.
That was supposed to be the trap. They're gonna pull up on you. You're gonna be like, no, you gotta.
No,
pay
because if one more person asks me to clean their room, I'm gonna flip. Okay, we're not doing this.
That is smart, though. I ain't gonna hold
It's not. I am a professional business owner. Please treat me as such. If you want my time, you ask for it the right way. And if I decline, well, then you're a dub. Like, that's
same with
just
this
that.
podcast. But y'all do that shit too. And this shit blows on.
How do you do?
Y'all got him tight. Y'all got him tight. But the name is DeeLuxureeClean. It's DeeLuxureee. You can find our website at that name. You can find our Instagram at that name.
Yo, Mike is hilarious.
So you gotta get the emphasis. I'm like her ad-lib without saying nothing.
Right, because I'm very like so spoken, right? He said,
Alright, so Diamond, it was definitely a pleasure. I know I almost spoke your real name. But I know, I played with that.
Stop. It's Diamond.
Get off of me! Get off of me! Get off of me! You liar!
I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay,
it was definitely a pleasure, to have you there. And audience, definitely tap in. If you're into real estate, it's definitely somebody you want to work with down the line.
I also work with Royal Connections.
Oh yeah, that's the thing too. If you're gonna be at the next Royal Connections event, look out for her.
I definitely stamp this woman. She's definitely it. She's one of them ones.
Yeah, definitely. So y'all know what to do as always. Show us love on Instagram. Follow us on all platforms. Subscribe to us on YouTube as well. Follow Diamond. Follow the business page. You're not gonna tell me on her real page. Follow our business page. Show love over there, and then just like that. Mike, we out. Anything you want to say? No?
I got nothing to say but support Diamond Luxury Cleaning. You know what I'm saying?
Thank y'all for having me.
Yes, ma'am.
Bingo.
All right, so the part that
Camera's still rolling, by the way.
Okay, that's cool because we have to re-record one part.
What part was that?
When you asked me why we fell apart, there was 2 reasons.
If you enjoyed another episode of What's Cookin' NYC, you can't find us in any air fryer and you can't cook us because we're available on all streaming platforms. Like, comment, subscribe.